All right. Hi, guys. So tonight on our team call, Heather and Rachel are going to be hosting. They're going to be talking about Instagram and how to use it for their business. They have seriously been rocking their Instagram. I'm constantly taking notes from them. I'll be like, oh, okay. Rachel was like, couldn't sleep last night, so she did some cool things on her Instagram stories. I should do that. Or, oh, look at that Heather did. That's good. I should do that. So I asked them to come on here and host and kind of talk about that. So tonight I'm going to briefly go over everything that I don't know if anybody's interested, but you can get certified to teach classes if maybe like in group exercise is your thing. And at Summit they always do like a day before you can get certified for a certain program. So if you wanted to get certified to teach Transform 20, you could do that. I'm certified to teach Insanity, and I taught it for about a year. I haven't taught it in probably 4 or 5 years, but it was fun when I did it. So if that's something you're interested for, you could come in a day early and get certified at Summit. And then you can earn your spots in Jericho's Morning Meltdown 100 pilot test group by helping people in February. So it's going to be in February, and it goes by new coaches from June to February is one. They're taking 20 or 30 people from that with the most Success Club points, and then it's Diamond and below, and then it's it's just Diamond, and then there's Star Diamond or something like that. So it's different categories. So you're not like a new coach competing against Melanie Mitro for Success Club points, but you are able to get into the test pilot group. So that's pretty cool too. Ultimate Portion Fix is coming in March, and you can find out more information about that on the FAQ. And also Team Cup, I need 2 more people to fill one of my teams. So if you need a Team Cup, please post in the chat and we'll make sure everybody is on a team before the end of the call. If you're a new coach, it's not a huge deal to get on a Team Cup. I want you to focus on just learning how to work your business. It's not a huge deal, but basically it's helping people in February and getting free prizes. But don't let that stress you out as like one other thing. I'd rather you focus on your new coach training. So then I am going to update the team page today. I kind of took today off of Beachbody. I've been just mom today, so I haven't gotten too much accomplished. So, but Heather is leading our Success Club points. Way to go, Heather. She's got 20 points. And for you new coaches, when you sell a challenge pack, that gives you 2 Success Club points, which is basically Shakeology and a product. So Melissa, myself, and Rachel with 16. Congrats, that's awesome. And Jasmine, is this one of yours, Rachel? Who's Jasmine? That's amazing.
She literally just signed up last week.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I don't even know this name. That's so cool. Okay, go Jasmine if you're watching the recording. All right. And then, so Success Club 5, which is selling at least 3 challenge packs, is Jody, yay, and Mark, which is Melissa. So she's rocking it. Kayla, I'm so excited for her. First time back at Success Club for a while. Welcome back. And Shayla, she's has Success Starter, which means she earned her free ticket to Summit. Aaron, Michael, and Jordan. So cool. And then everybody else on the board, for time reasons, I'm not going to go through you, but I see you. So good job. And then volume, where our big goal is to focus on getting to that 500 plus. If you listen to the call from Milan Jensen, she talks about the 500 PV Club and gives you some really helpful tips. So we've got lots of people on the board, which is super awesome. So cool seeing a coach that signed on last week there. So cool. So good job, guys. All right. So I'm going to post this on Instagram too. So these are our top 5 coaches of the week. Congrats, Heather. And Heather's the top coach of the week. And then our top 5 coaches is also Rachel, Kayla, Jody, and Melissa. So super exciting to see. And tonight we are, like I said, talking about Instagram with Team DiMatteo. So Rachel is a 1-star diamond coach, and she was qualified to earn her a trip to the New Leader Conference, which is for 1-star diamonds and above, and it's basically leadership training. It's like one of my favorite things other than leadership that I've ever been to. So she's going to be so immersed in this awesome training of how to grow her team, and she'll come back with lots of knowledge, and I'll have her host a call, or maybe we'll hop on one of your calls when you do a recap for it. That'll be really cool. And Heather has been in 1-star diamond qualification, and so she is rocking her business as well. And just to watch the two of them, I paired them up in a team cup. So and did live sneak peeks. And I remember Heather did a live video and then deleted it. And Rachel had hives when she was doing it, but I made them do it anyways. And Kayla was there too. And Kayla was like, I think I had too much wine. So it was a fun time. Since then, they've just been such a good pair together. And so without further ado, they're two of the most amazing, sweetest people you'll ever meet. And they're going to tell you how to work your Instagram. So go ahead, guys.
Well, thank you. I feel honored. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lead us off, and Heather's going to kind of take the Instagram stories portion, and I am going to take Instagram in general. This is kind of different, but I want to preface this by saying, talking just a tad bit about Facebook, because I have found that Instagram is up and coming. It's already here. I mean, a lot of top coaches use, Instagram as 90% of their business. That's where they get all their coaches. And I honestly think that this is where the money is. This is where your focus should be, is Instagram. But if you are a brand new coach and you have no Instagram followers and you have a Facebook, I find that a lot of new coaches think it's easy to hide behind Instagram. And I can totally see that, where, you're talking to your cold market. It's a lot easier to talk to strangers than it is to, talk to people or people you went to high school or college with. But if you're a new coach and you're watching this, I highly suggest make sure that you guys are reaching out to your friends on Facebook, because you already have a warm market right there that's ready for you, that knows your family, knows what you're about, that you can reach out to and ask to join this journey with you. So don't hide behind Instagram, but I honestly think working both of them simultaneously can be a beautiful thing. So I'm going to share my screen only because I'm a squirrel brain and I need to make sure I stay on point. So I just made 3 quick slides with bullets. Can everybody see this? Okay, good. Okay, so Instagram. I think of Instagram as my accountability partner, and that's what I want you guys to think of it too. You need to show up. It used to be that people said to post 3 to 5 times a day. Now people are saying more 1 to 2, maybe 3 times a day. You guys, everything is always changing, okay? So just find what works for you. I'm going to say that 100 times during this presentation, because everybody is different. Everybody's audience is different. So just find what works for you, okay? I used to post 3 to 5 times a day, and then I went down to 1 time a day because that's what, I was reading was necessary. Now I post 3 to 4 times a day, and I honestly find that that's okay with my market, because I post a lot of pictures of my kids. They are my brand, so I'm constantly posting things about mom, but then I'm also talking about my fitness and coaching and everything like that. So just find what works for you, but show up, okay? Treat Instagram like it is your accountability partner and like you need to be there. This is your business and nobody else can make you do it. So just show up, okay? Post the vitals. My coaches will ask me sometimes, I don't know what to go live about. I don't know what to talk about. If all else fails, talk about the vitals. Talk about a personal growth takeaway of something that you were reading, or an audible that you're listening to. What spoke to you that day? Talk about your workout. You don't have to say exactly what it is you're doing, but talk about the changes that you're seeing in yourself, the confidence that you're feeling, maybe some non-scale victories. Use the vitals to your advantage, okay? If you can't think of what to post, use the vitals. Stay true to your brand. I know April has this in her new coach training. I have it in mine. The color wheel. If you guys if you're not sure what your brand is or what you should be posting about, ask us to have the color wheel and fill it out. It is truly a blessing for new coaches to kind of figure out, what are your hobbies? What are you into? What are you passionate about? That's going to help you, because you don't want to be vomiting Beachbody and vomiting health and fitness all day long. Do an audit of your own account. This is something that I've been talking to my coaches about a lot. So I want you to go to your Facebook page, or I want you to go to your Instagram right now. And I want you to take away all of the posts that are fitness, health, nutrition, Beachbody, coaching related. What would you be left with? That should be your brand. You guys are not just coaches. You're not just into fitness, you're not just into nutrition, you guys have families or significant others or puppies or cats or hobbies, I hope, that you guys like doing. So find that hobby and really attract people that are interested in that hobby. Your goal in this is to attract other like-minded people to be on your tribe, okay? Even if you're attracting people into your accountability group, you're going to try to transition those people in your accountability group to be your tribe. So all in all, the people you're searching for should be people just like you, and you're going to attract those people by being true and authentic. You don't need to pretend to be somebody you're not. You don't need to, like when I was first a coach, I thought that I had to pretend to be a perfect like fitness guru. And I'm not that person, you guys. I love tacos. I love Oreos. I am an imperfect eater. That is just me. And I talk about that. I talk about how I'm not perfect. I love food. I will work out. But, there is the nutrition side of it, and I struggle with it, and I talk about it, and I attract other moms who struggle with it too. And I don't lie about that. So be true to yourself. Use Instagram Insights. This is something new that I started doing, and I don't know why I didn't do it a long time ago. If you guys go, and I think you have to have your Instagram set to a business account, so make sure it's set to a business account. If you go to your photos, you can actually look at the insights. So you can see how many people not only viewed it, but how many people liked it or commented it. And you can go through all your photos and see, okay, so I posted a picture of my kids. You guys, I always get more likes on pictures of my kids than I do of myself. That's just how it's going to happen. But go through and see not only what your audience likes, what type of photos they like, but what time of day is working for you. Because some people may be on the East Coast, some people may be on the West Coast. Maybe you're trying to talk to people in the UK. You need to figure out what time of day is best to post for you, and also what your audience likes so that you can post more of that, okay? Consistency, vulnerability, authentic, relatable. Those are the things I want you guys to ask yourself. Are you being vulnerable? Are you being authentic? Are you relatable? We've talked about this a million times, why you would make a perfect coach. It's not because you are perfect in your nutrition and your fitness. It's because you're relatable and you can change somebody else's life right where you are in your business, in your fitness journey, in your health journey. So make sure that you're being consistent. You guys can't just post one time every week. The algorithms are not going to work for you. We know the algorithms are constantly changing. So make sure they're on your side. Post consistently, but don't think too much about trying to be a perfect person. I cannot say that enough. I have had so much more people interested in me and my personality and my brand because I've started to be super vulnerable and honest about who I am and what I like and what I don't like. I do not ever pretend to be a perfect person anymore. And honestly, that has been the game changer for me in my business. I am super insecure about my stomach. I started posting pictures of my stomach because I am newly postpartum. And that's what people thank me for. Like I get messages all the time that are like, thank you so much for putting yourself out there because you show me that you're not perfect, but you're here to support us anyway. And I can relate to that. So be that person. Okay, so the algorithms are constantly changing. If you guys do not know this, there are algorithms that work either for you or against you. If you do live videos, they're going to work for you. There are things that will help you. Consistency will help you. Going live is the number one thing that helps your algorithm. So it may be super uncomfortable. Like April said, I literally got hives, not the first time, but like the first 4 times I went live. I did it anyway because it may make you uncomfortable, but it'll help your business. So do it. And the more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with it. So they are constantly changing. Change with them. Okay. Be resourceful. Take notes. Look up what you need to know. If you can't figure something out, you guys, we have like a plethora of information at our fingertips. So don't wait for your upline to post something or talk about something. If you can't figure something out or you don't know how something works, Google it. Look on YouTube. I promise you another coach or somebody else has made a video on it. And that's what I did. I literally lived in YouTube, and that's how I learned to grow my Instagram. So don't wait for somebody else to give you the answer. Just be resourceful. And that is going to help you when you guys become leaders on your team too. Searches are full of mixed messages. You guys, like I said, I went from, posting 3 times to posting 1 time a day to everybody likes blues. Apparently blues attract people. So let me tint my photos so that they're bluish, or maybe pink is a better picture, or I need to have this color scheme. You guys, don't listen to all of the noise, okay? Just be true to you, but your pictures do have to be attractive. So stay consistent with the filters that you're using. I find no matter what that is, if you guys like, grays and blacks and darks, that's fine, but just stay consistent with it. Don't use like one bright filter and then have a dark photo and then a bright filter here, because that's just not attractive. I think they said you literally have 7 seconds when somebody comes to your page for them to decide if they're going to follow you or not. So no matter where they are or where you are posting, you need to make sure that your photos are bright. You need to make sure that you have a transformation picture. There should be one transformation picture, whether it's you. I mean, obviously it's better if it's you, but whether it's you, maybe you don't have your own transformation now and you can post somebody else's. All of ours are available. You can use them anytime you want. But within each swipe, so every 12 photos, you should have at least one transformation picture, because that is going to get more eyes on your page than anything else. People want to see what it's done for you and know that they can do that and they can achieve those goals too. Okay. No name dropping. I hope everybody knows this by now. You guys have heard of curiosity marketing. So we don't want to talk about us being Beachbody coaches. Get clever with it. A lot of people are calling us online influencers anymore. And I love that so much. It's not even that we are coaches. We are influencing others. And I love that saying. So you can be online influencer. You can be a wellness influencer, a wellness coach, whatever you want it to be, a health and fitness coach even, but don't talk about you being a Beachbody coach, because that does not define you, okay? Beachbody is our avenue, but that's not our brand. We're really selling us. We're selling our brand and our interests and our likes, not Beachbody. The same goes with your Shakeology. Don't take a picture like this or kissing your Shakeology cup. You don't want to do that either. Like, I'm pretty sure I did that like when I was first a coach. So don't do that. You don't need to talk about Shakeology. You can talk about your superfoods. When I was pregnant, I called them my liquid prenatals. Alex loves them now. So I always talk about them being like my toddler approved superfoods. Get creative with it, guys. Your chocolate smoothie, your milkshake, whatever you want it to be. People don't need to know what it is, because there's, they can go online and order it themselves. You want them to be attracted to you and to send you that private message that says, hey girl, I see that your mommy juice is giving you all kinds of energy. Like, I could really use that. What is that you're drinking? And then you can connect with them and get them started in your accountability group. Okay. So make sure you're not name dropping. Do not put in your profile that you are a Beachbody coach, or even on Facebook. I still see it all the time where coaches put that they're a Beachbody coach. When you're a certain level in the business, people are going to know. Like at April's level, people know she's a Beachbody coach, and I know like Melanie Mitro, like people know that. But when you guys are starting out, be yourself, okay? Sell your brand, not Beachbody. Be a giver and expect nothing in return. This is something that's also changed my business a lot. Every single day when I go to post something on social media, I ask what free value I am giving to people. I want to give others a reason why they're going to choose to come to my page and not somebody else's. You guys know there are a lot of coaches out there, right? So how are you going to be the difference that people are going to choose to go to your site or your Instagram or your Facebook and not somebody else's? And for me, that's by adding free value, right? Like that's what I was attracted to before I became a coach. I wanted to have healthy recipes that I could like. So I post recipes and I post, about my personal growth takeaways. I talk about time management as a mom and how I'm able to fit this business in. Things that people can take away. When you send somebody an invite and they give you a no, thank them. Thank you so much for responding to me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to send you this free recipe or this recipe that's really, something that my family loves. And I hope that, you can try it too. Leave them with something, guys, because even if it's a no, we know those no's mean not right now. So if they're going to come back, they're going to remember, hey, I remember that Rachel girl who sent me that, family-friendly recipe that I really liked, or she sent me that free workout, even when I told her no. Like, I'm going to go back to her. You guys want to be the reason why people come back. So be a giver and expect nothing in return. Also, when you guys start sending invites on Instagram, I literally go into sending invites every single day, not expecting one yes, because I know that that's not how it works, you guys. The work you do now is going to take a little bit of time. And when you go in expecting for people to just flock to you, you're going to get discouraged really quick. So I want you to go into your invites knowing that these seeds that you plant are going to be your yeses in March. So when you go into knowing that I'm just going to be a giver, I'm just going to give and know that this is benefiting me long term, this is going to benefit my family long term, and you know that you're going to be here a year from now regardless, it doesn't matter. Just give and give to other people. They are going to remember you, I promise. And then they'll be back, 30, 60, 90 days in the future. Okay, now this is tangible things that you guys can take. So how I do my power hours on Instagram, this is exactly how I do it. I'm going to do the last bullet point right now and just give everybody a little bit of tough love and realize that this is going to be work, okay? You guys working your business, treating your business as if you are the CEO is imperative, okay? So yes, this is tedious, but it is imperative to growing your business on Instagram, and this is how you're gonna do it. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I do and how I was able to grow mine. Okay, first of all, you need to come up with hashtags. You need to come up with hashtags that you can attach to your photos, and this is gonna go with your brand. So say that you're somebody that loves yoga. You love yoga and you love volleyball. You are going to look for hashtags that are pertaining to your hobbies or, whatever it is that you love, your likes. And you're going to find hashtags that are pertaining to that. And what I do is I have 4 sets of 30 of them because 30 is the amount that they want you to use now. Don't use more than that or else they won't actually even let you post it in the comments. And I save them in the notes section of my phone. So if I'm going to post something about my daughter, Reagan, I have a whole hashtag list that's for baby girls. And then I have one for my toddler son that's just for him. If I'm posting something with my husband or our whole family, my brand is pretty much family. So when I'm posting something with my entire family, I have a hashtag set that's strictly for our family. If I'm posting something about my workouts, I have a lot of things that are, yes, that are pertaining to working out, but not like workout Wednesday. Like that's just too broad. Like I post things like 6 months postpartum that are specific to me and my fitness journey because those are the people I want to attract. So when you find these hashtags and you're attaching them to your photo, I make sure that these hashtags haven't been used more than 10,000 times. Because if you are going to pick a hashtag that's super generic, like girl mom, there's going to be like 50 million other people who are using that hashtag and your photo will never get seen. So if somebody is searching through hashtags, they're never going to find your photo. So when you are thinking of hashtags that you want to attach to your photos, make sure that they have not been used that often. I just use 10,000 or less. I know some people go to 100,000 or less. I just have better luck with 10,000 or less, and I get more people who follow me from those. Make sure you're using hashtags on every single photo. You can post them in the comments. I know some people post them on the actual photo in the comments there, but I just think it looks a little bit sloppy, so I always put mine in the comments, but that's completely your choice. An easy way to find hashtags that are pertaining to you and your hobbies is this website. You can go to displaypurposes.com and you can literally type in like hashtag girl mom and it'll give you a whole list of similar hashtags, and it'll actually do this in Instagram. If you type in girl mom and go under the tabs link for hashtags, it'll give you all different kinds of hashtags that are similar to that. So just either way you want to do it, this is the tedious work. So, but you want to do this. You want to invest this time now so that you have these hashtags created and you can just, go to your notes section in your phone, copy and paste them on the photo that's pertaining to whatever it is. So yes, this is tedious. Do the work. It's worth it. I switch these every 6 months because Instagram also doesn't like that you use the same ones all the time. So and by switch them, I mean that I'll erase like 3 or 4 of them and put new ones in there. And I always change like what month postpartum I am or how old my kids are, things like that are super simple. Okay, so when you are looking for people, so say you're sitting down to do your power hour on Instagram, you're going to sit down, and this is where I use broad hashtags. You don't have to find a hashtag that not a lot of people use because you're not going to find a lot of people. And those people who are using those hashtags that aren't used very often are most likely working in MLM because they know they want their photo to show up, okay? So when you are searching people, I will search tags like girl mom or boy mom or toddler mom that are very generic. When you search these tags, at the top, it gives you two options. You have the option to do, it says top, which those are the top liked photos. You do not want to go to that because those photos are going to have millions of likes. Those people are, famous accounts that you're not going to want to attract. But on the right side, it'll say recent. You want to go over to recent, and that'll be the most recent people who use that tag. So those are people from everywhere who are using those tags. If you want to be more specific, I've seen that people will use clothing brands that are specific to the United States, or local shops that are specific to their area because they know the people who are using that are people around your area. Okay, so it's not going to be other MLMs most likely. Don't use ones that are fitness related because you're just going to attract other coaches. Try to stick to your hobbies and what relates to you. So I will pick a hashtag like girl mom and I'll search it, go to the most recent people, and I just start scrolling. I have my pen and paper in front of me, and I will look at a picture that attracts me, that I think, they may have a son or a daughter that's similar to my age in, my daughter's age or my son's age. And I'll click on their photo. I do a quick audit of their page. Do they seem like somebody I would want to hang out with? Do I relate to them? First of all, obviously you need to make sure they're not in another MLM or a fitness MLM or already a coach. But other than that, you just want to see if you would be friends with this person. Do you like what you see? If you do, then spend some time on their page. 531 means that you are liking 5 of their pictures, and don't just do the last 5. Go through and find 5 pictures that you like. Comment on 3 of them, genuine comments that you are giving them compliments. Most of the time I'm giving them compliments talking about how cute their outfit is or how cute their kids are. Where they went on vacation. I'm asking them a question about where they went, if they had a good time, what they liked best about it. Spend some time forming that relationship. And then the 1 is follow. So you're going to follow these people. And then you're going to write that name down. You're going to write their tag name down on your pen and paper or wherever you keep track. Make sure you guys are tracking. And that's how you're going to find your tribe, guys. If you guys are pushing for diamond, you should honestly be connecting with like 20 to 30 people. Like go on there and find 20 people that you can add, because if you follow them, if they see 9 notifications that Rachel DiMatteo has liked 5 of my photos, she's commented on 3 of them, and then she followed me, they're going to come to my page and they're going to see what I'm about, and they're going to decide in 7 seconds if they want to follow me back. If they follow me back, great. I'm going to form a relationship with them and they're going to be my future invite. This is what I do. But if you do not do this consistently, it will not work because you will run out of people to talk to. So 531 is a great way to get your name out there, to get people on your, eyes on your page too. But to really, you guys get to choose who you want to connect with. And that's what I love about this, is I can literally choose the people that I want to get on my tribe that are just like me. So take the time to do this. I try to connect with 30 to 50 people a day. Now, I am in a different spot in my business, so whatever your goals are, find something that works for you as long as you can stay consistent to it. Connect with everybody who likes and comments on your photos. I put likes in capital because I feel like a lot of people will, comment on the other people's comment or reply to their comments, but they really just don't pay attention to all the people who are liking their photos. And whether they're Sally from high school or Uncle Fred, whoever it is, connect with them. Who cares? Something that we have can benefit them. I was just talking to Heather today about how I feel like we really do our products a disservice because we lead so much with Shakeology and Energize. Yes, that's great. But do you know all the boosts that we have for Shakeology and the Ultimate Reset and things that we have for literally anybody? We have a solution for everybody. So dig into that, and that's going to bump up your volume, and that volume is directly correlated with your income. So, okay, that's pretty much all I have, you guys. This is tedious, but do the work. You're going to regret not doing the work now. I will tell you right now. Just stay consistent and focus on one day at a time. I just told this to Heather. I said, I told my coaches who are pushing for diamond, I said, I want you to focus on one day at a time until you get to 7 days. When you get to 7 days of consistency, you've made it a week. Just make it to 2, and then make it to 3, and then make it to 1 month. 1 month consistency, you will not believe what it'll do for your business. So just take the time now and just decide that you guys want this and know that you're worthy of it, because Instagram is going to be the gold mine that you guys are standing on. I promise. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Let me look in my chat, in the chat.
I think everything's been answered in the chat so far.
Okay. Okay, good.
That was great, Rachel. Thank you. That was amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to cover stories. Now in this, I'm going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I'm going to share like a couple of like vital things that I feel like we all need to be doing. Oh,
can we take a picture before we forget?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
So true.
I forget like all the time and then I hate my life. So Jess and Lauren might be driving, but if you can show your face, do it. If not, no big deal. But I'm going to take a picture and then I will share it in the group that we can post and use it on social media. So I'm going to take one picture and then I'll do a fun boomerang. Heather, where did you go? Oh, wait, why are you on there twice, Heather?
Is she sharing her screen?
I'm doing my phone's share screen in a bit.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. All right. Ready? 1, 2, yay. I don't even know how to say 3 anymore. That's what I do is 1, 2, yay. I don't even. Okay. And then I'm going to do a boomerang. So just start doing this now and I'll take a picture. Do whatever you're going to do. Erin, where are your hands?
Heather, stop it.
What? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, I'm not stopping.
Oh, wait, I cut off the left side of the screen. Hold on. It's so hard to move and then do this. Okay, there we go. Ready? Okay. Carry on, Heather. This will be interesting for the people recording.
I know.
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few things that I feel like we all should do with our stories. And then I'm actually going to open it up and I want you guys to tell me what you want to see. So something you want to learn, something you've seen somebody use on their stories, and then let me like talk you through it. As best I can, as best I know. But I love stories. That's like where I find like I can express my creativity. I feel like I can express like everything about me. I can show people my life and my story and my reel. That's not like Instagram perfect. You know what I mean? It's not like your actual Instagram page. This is like behind the scenes. And this is why stories are so vital and so huge right now, because people see this person on Instagram and then they get to see you behind the scenes. So that's why I love stories so much. And it lights me up every time I get to add to my story, because I get to show people who I really am, what's super important to me, and then what I'm doing, like what I'm doing here as a coach. So that's why stories are so vital. And if you're not doing stories yet, please promise me that after tonight, we're going to start actually tonight, because I'm going to have a little project for you guys to do tonight. So starting tonight, you're going to be active in your stories. Okay, so first, let me see if I can set up my share screen. This will be new for me. So let's see if this is, no, not yet. All right, should start. Here we go. I think we're in business. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay. Now I gotta get off here. Huh, there we go. All right, so going into my Instagram here. All right, you guys all should know your story. It's up here. Add to your story, right? All right, so one of the big things that I like to do is create. So let's start with workouts. So my workout in the morning. When I am first starting my day, obviously I start with what I start with each morning, which is usually my PD, my personal development, or I'm showing them my energize. That's how I start my mornings. So I share it with people. That's how I start. I don't know where I did my morning video, but okay, so then I start my workouts. So for a workout, you guys, what I do is record it and save it. I don't add it right to my story right then. People ask me all the time, like, how do you do that? How do you manage, adding to your story all throughout your workout. Well, I don't. I hold on to my record button and I record my workouts, and I can show you guys how I do that. And then I just save it to my phone. Then everything's already here. So when I'm done with my workout, all I have to do is click these and add them to my story. So we're gonna go with, if I'm adding right now to a story, I'm scrolling over here to hands-free. And if you hold the hands-free down, you can do it, obviously hands-free, and it's gonna just continue to record. All right, and it's gonna keep looping and recording. I think it's 2 minutes. And then you already have it, you click up here to save. Oops. Sorry, my phone froze up. You see the little arrow with the line underneath? That's where you're gonna save your video. Sorry, my phone's frozen, of course. And then it's going to save to your phone. I'm sorry, this is like never happened.
Of course, anytime you need it.
I was just going to say, of course, as soon as you. Heather, your stories today were amazing too. You should just go through like what you posted too.
Yeah, I will if I can get off of this.
You're like, yeah, Rachel, that was the plan.
That's weird. I wonder if it's just because I'm sharing here. All right, so I have all these things saved from today, right? This is legitimately from today. So I have my workout. Then after I'm finished, I'm gonna pick the ones that I'm gonna choose that I'm gonna add. So let's say I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna scroll over. I can add, you know, some filters here. I can add these filters. I can scrunch it up and make it smaller, bigger. You can add all these things to it. So you don't even have to use like a separate app. I know a lot of people do use a separate app, but you can actually do it all right here on Instagram if you choose. You can add your own music. Add music here. You can, I record with my music. Some people are unable to do that. And then I just kind of, I make each story a little bit differently. Then I add text. So I try to do at least one like motivational text each story. And then I also talk about like my struggle. Like this was so hard for me. This was like the hardest move. One of the things I do is I click on like my favorite move of the day, and I do something fun to it, maybe make it super fun, and then I hashtag move of the day. Spelled correctly. Oh my gosh. All right, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, what I think is super important, is to create something that is your brand. So for me, I have in my story, this is my, you know, every morning I do some sort of a devotional or whatever I start my morning with, my miracle morning. And here, like say, here, this is the move of the day. You guys saw that I just kind of scrolled and I made a filter, added the hashtag, same thing here. Talk a little bit about what it is that I was feeling in my workout. I was struggling. I really wanted to give up. He was amazing. He pushed me through. Hashtag, again, hashtags are so important in stories. And you guys, as Rachel said, you can't use your hashtags, like really popular hashtags in your Instagram, but in your stories, you can use hashtags that are like, that have millions of views, because in stories, they don't show up like because people aren't using stories like they're using Instagram. So if you were to use, you know, ab workout in your Instagram, you know, it would get lost. But you can use hashtags that are really, really popular in your stories, and I highly suggest you do that. I use a hashtag in every single one of my stories. Even if you can't see it, I have it hidden somewhere. So I'm making sure that I'm getting as many eyes as possible on each of my stories. Sometimes I'll have it show like that. Sometimes I'll hide it. So in each one of my stories, I also have my location in almost every one. In at least one of every one of my workouts, I have my story or my location hidden. So you guys can't see it in here, but I have my location of the city that I'm in all my stories. And I tap it until it gets, you can change the color of your location, and I just tapped it till it went white and gray, and then I just minimized it and hid it somewhere in the picture. And I always, so one of the things that's kind of like my thing that I do is I do a little check. every time I work out. So I'll either say I'm on day 7 of 80 and then check. That's just kind of my brand. So I just encourage you guys to do something that find something that is like you and start doing it every single day. Some sort of thing in your story throughout the day is going to be your thing, something that you do every single day that people recognize, like, oh yeah, that's what she does every single day. And I love that. I love looking for her, sweaty selfie with the check mark. So that's something I do. So the next thing I always want to share about what is like how my daily life goes. So after my workouts, I often talk about, okay, next I'm going to go make my kiddos lunches and I'm going to wake them up. So my next story is literally what I'm doing. I just made my kids lunches. So I shared that because this is golden, you guys. Everybody wants to know what I'm feeding my family. Like for the people who follow me, it's very important. Like they're always asking me, share recipes, tell me what you feed your kids, tell me what you feed your husband, all the time. That's probably the most common thing that I get asked in my stories and in my messages is, will you share recipes with me? Or will you tell me what the kinds of things you can meal plan for a family or for a picky husband? So I do share a lot about what I eat because it's just really helpful for the people who follow me. And a lot of moms follow me too, so I like to talk about my kids' lunches. And so I do that. Then I usually do some sort of, oftentimes I'll do some sort of a challenge. Like today I did a drinking water challenge. And then I created my own hashtag for that. So I could actually track people that did this. And then I offered to give them something, some sort of giveaway. So I try to do some sort of giveaway once every month, and I do it through my stories. So just a little bit of like love on my kiddos each morning, show people I'm a real person, I have a family, I'm busy. If I can do this, if I can run my kids around, if I can take my kids to school, if I can volunteer, I can still be a successful coach, then they can too. And plus I just love to video my kids. So then anytime anybody tags me in a story, I add it to mine. I just show that we're a community. We are here encouraging each other, keeping each other on track, and we all have these amazing clients that and people that are just on board with health and fitness, and they can be part of that too. So it's like a FOMO, like I want to be part of that. I want to be added to her story. That would be so much fun. So anytime anybody tags you, add them to your story and make people understand that like we are like an incredible community together, and we love connecting together, and we're all in this together. So I add people that have tagged me in their stories. There's a little 5 a.m. crew. If you do a Zoom call with people like tonight, that's going to be your project for tonight is to story our conversation, our call here tonight. That's another big thing, just showing people that we're a community, always talking about your Zoom calls that you're on, your trainings that you're on, everything that your guys are getting out of coaching. You always want to talk about that in your stories. But just like Rachel said, that's not all who we are. So like this, I went back to what it is that I'm doing for my kids' lunches. Again, this is something that people ask me all the time, very specific things. They want to know, like even brands. People ask me all the time, what kind of brand of whatever do you use? So a lot of times I'll throw that in there. And I'm showing throughout the day like what it is that I'm eating. Shouting out one of my new coaches. So I got the invite to our Punta Cana Success Club trip along with a few of our other coaches. Rachel and April did too. So then I shared that with people because you know what? They can too, and so can all of you. So I always share. Anytime Beachbody gives me anything for free or, obviously sends me on a trip, I share all of that because I want people to understand like they can do this too. I'm a busy mom. I have, all these other things going on in my life, but I'm also being rewarded for, the work that I'm doing, and they can too. So then always something, with my kids after school, like, okay, I'm like, I do my work during the day. I get rewarded for what I'm doing. And then I'm a mom, I'm back to momming, and I'm still showing them, that I'm busy and I can still do this. I always try to have something in my story that is encouraging to other people, some sort of motivation, some sort of, fire post, something that's going to be like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Something that people actually come to my stories regularly because they want to be lit up or they want to be excited. So I love this today. Yeah, so then just tagging people that have added me to their stories, and then more workouts. Okay, so that's just kind of how I run my stories. And then I was going to tell you guys a little bit about like some important things. And then from there, I'm going to ask you guys questions about what it is that you specifically want to see how to do things. And then I can check in the chat as well. So I mentioned searching location and stories, or adding locations. You always, and you don't have to use the location that you're at. You guys can use a location of anywhere you want to be. You guys could use a location. I mean, sometimes I'll use, you know, some place that I really, really love to move. Like I would love to live in Austin. I sometimes would tag like in Austin. Like you can tag anywhere just to get eyes on your story. But I also make sure that every single day I'm always tagging my city and where I'm living, because there's been numerous times that people will start following me and they don't even know why they're following me or how they're following me, but it's because they saw my story in the location. And then later on down the road, they'll see that I checked in somewhere local, and that happened numerous times. And then they message me like, wait a minute, you live here? Like, you're real? Like, I'm a legitimate person. I actually live in your city, you know? And it's like just crazy to think that like these people are watching you and they're following you, and you know, you need to make sure that they connect with you and know that you're real and you actually are local. You're somebody who can help them right here in their own city. So that's been huge, and that's been huge for me. I've gotten so many new followers from around, from where I'm living for that reason. So I talked about just kind of everyday life. You want to do everything who you are. Like Rachel said, we are not like just vomiting Beachbody all the time. We are real people. Like you do want your Instagram page to be like clean and, you know, really nice, but you want your stories to be like your background, something that people are totally going to connect with you and come back every single day. So branding, I talked about that a little bit, but I always use the same font. I always want my stories to be consistent, and obviously like they're not like perfect Instagram posts, but I do like mine to be consistent. I do like the same font. I do want people to know that every day on there, they're going to see me doing something for me and for other people. Questions and polls, we'll go over that if you guys want to know exactly how to add questions and polls, but those are huge because they're going to add engagement to your stories. The more people that are engaging in your stories, the more your story is going to come up on the, you know, the top 5 of the people that you're talking to. And I did talk a little bit about kind of how I make my stories interesting, but there are other apps that you can use too, like Jiffy or Unfold. And I won't go into that specifically unless somebody wants to know exactly how to do that. And highlights, that's another one that I really wanted to cover. Oops. Okay, so if you see here on my Instagram, I've heard numerous times people say that I've been listening to, you know, pros on Instagram, that you should not have verbiage in your actual highlight. So your highlight should be just an image. And then underneath it, that's why you can label it. That's why you can say what's on your highlights. But to make sure that your highlights itself are just really eye-catching and all the same, so they all have a cover, and there's no actual writing on the highlight itself. So in order to highlight, you know, you're going to be in your story. You click right here on highlight, and then you can choose a highlight to add it to. Okay, so we'll just do this. Inspired life here. So then in Inspired Life, if you want to change it up, you can edit your highlight. You can do all kinds of different things. You can remove it from your highlight. You can say you want to edit your highlight because you want to change the cover. You know, that's what I did. I clicked here to change my cover. You can take your highlights off. You can, you know, just change it all up. So make sure that you people that come to your page are going to see, okay, so this person obviously, you know, they've got stuff for me. I can click on this person's highlight here, and I can get really great ideas about how, you know, she packs her kids' lunches, or, you know, obviously I'm guessing they know I'm into fitness just based on looking at my Instagram here, but if they wanted to take a look at my workouts, I've got my workouts in here. Mom life, success stories. This is big, you guys. Every single one of us needs to have a highlight with success stories in there. They don't have to be your personal success story. They don't have to be your personal client. Make sure you obviously have permission to have these, you know, these people's pictures in here. But every single one of us has to have a success story highlight. Like, that's so vital for people to click on there and be like, oh my gosh, these people are real. Like, this really happened, you know? And so that's something that you guys can work on, is adding a success stories highlight. Tribe Life. So I talk about coaching in here. Oop, no, I don't coach life, so I talk about coaching. This is really vital for all of us too. Anything that you guys have ever experienced or gotten out of coaching, or pictures of you in any kind of event, anything you've ever gotten for free from Beachbody, all these things should be in here. Now for me, I add this is the whole story about just kind of what coaching has done for me, so that people can click through here and kind of see my coach story, basically. It's almost like a call to action and just showing people all about our coaching community. So this, this continues, just the kinds of things that coaching has done for me and where it's taken us. So I also encourage you guys to do a highlight for your coach life as well. So that's that. And then that was it for what I had. And now I just want to ask you guys what it is that you want to know. So you can unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. And I can show you specifically here on how to go about that. Feel free to unmute yourself. I'm going to go through these comments.
So first and foremost, guys, that was seriously so awesome. Like both of these, like the knowledge and tips shared in such a short period of time was so good. So if you're watching this live or you're watching this as a recording, I will tell you, I'm the kind of person, when I get so much information, I'm fired up, but at the same time, I feel very overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to do all of this stuff right now. Like, oh my gosh, I have to do a link tree. I have to do highlights. I have to do this. Pick one little task a day that's going to take you maybe like 30 to 60 minutes, or maybe even just like a 20-minute thing. And maybe try to do 3 of them next, over in a week or something like that. So my biggest thing is, because I know even me, like I still am overwhelmed with like writing all these things down that I need to do. So take it and break it down and just like, what can I do in a 15-minute period? I'm going to make sure I do that tomorrow. So just wanted to preface it with that, because I'm sure that if anybody else is seeing this, like I know Morgan's a new coach on this call and doesn't even have an Instagram yet. So don't compare yourself and think like, oh my gosh, I have to have all of this done. Take it and just start chipping away at it and listen to this call again. And I will share in our team page, there's actually something that you can listen to any call that's not live in like double speed, which I do all the time. And that's helpful too when you need to go back through things. So, okay, I see people are going ahead and asking questions in the chat. I just wanted to preface that because I didn't want people to be like, oh my God, I need to quit coaching now. I'll never be able to do this.
Guys, brain dumps are huge too. Like I do one every single day. Like just keep a running list of things that you would like to do. I have like whiteboards here, and I will if I have to recreate a training video or do something, it goes on the list so that I can always come back to it and see it. But I know just prioritize it, go through the list and say, okay, I have 10 or 20 minutes free time. What video can I watch that I need to do, or what can I work on my Instagram? Maybe I'm going to create a link tree today, or maybe I'm going to, do a social media audit of myself tomorrow. Just do one thing at a time. We're just trying to give you all the information in an hour's worth of time so that you guys can use it for your business. So,
yeah. And you guys got to know, every single one of us started on that day one. Every single one of us started as a coach who had absolutely zero idea what we were doing. And we, the difference is just that we jumped in and yes, every single one of us got overwhelmed, especially that first month. It's like, oh my gosh, my head's going to explode. There's so much information. But you just have to know, every single one of us was right there. So don't feel like you have to be right here tomorrow. You don't have to be right here next month, but this is just, stuff you guys can slowly start working on and working towards as you have that time. But your most important thing is obviously taking care of your health, and then helping other people along their journey. So that's got to be your number one goal. And then as you have time and as you're able, you can start building these things in. So Krisha, I see that you asked that. I am so excited. I'm happy that you said that because I wanted to share about that. So she asked about what the link is here in my story. Oh look, there's a so this is called Linktree. So if you can start your own link tree by going obviously to Linktree. Let's see if I can click on mine. Okay, so here is where I have all of my clickable links. So Instagram doesn't allow you to put links in your comments or anything. So this is a really good way for you to have all of your clickable things for people to find different things, different ways to get a hold of you. That's what this is. So you can create a link tree for free, and then in here, so let's just say, so this is my follow on Facebook. I have a link here for them to follow me. Join my virtual gym. So this is going to take them to my form. Don't feel like you need to have this yet if you are a newer coach. This just kind of takes them to a form where, you know, if they want to talk to me about, if they want to join one of my challenge groups, it also has a form for coaching. So anything that I want people to know or a way for them to get a hold of me, I have my forms in there. So you can, it's easy. You just go to Linktree and you can sign up with Instagram. It'll talk you through. It's actually really, really quite easy. So then you can add a new button and link, and then you can just kind of name it, and you create whatever the link is. So like for my Facebook, obviously I just copied my my Facebook link and I added it to there. And then you can turn off links in here. Like right now, I'm obviously not doing the Black Friday sale, so I have that turned off. So different times, just depending on what I want people to be coming to me for, I can turn on or off.
I never knew that. I delete them every time.
Oh no, yeah, just slide it on and off. Then that
Oh, that's awesome.
And you can customize it too, you know, to have different colors and stuff. But so that's my link tree. And I feel like there was somebody else that said something. Oh, does it show up above your message that you're being tagged?
Yeah, Angie's struggling. I don't know. She has an Android. I will tag her, and she doesn't get the message in her Instagram messages to add it to your story, even if I tag her.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, because I do get a message in my story.
I don't know.
It also pops up like as a top banner too.
I get the message that I've been tagged, but I don't have the option to share it in my story. So like I get notified whenever somebody tags me, but I don't get the option to share it again.
So
Did you try to delete your Instagram and then re-download it?
I haven't done that yet.
Try
I'm
that.
kind of like half afraid I don't remember my password.
Okay, well, you need to figure that out.
This is what it would look like. So in my direct messages, then she just tagged me. Does it not look like that? And then you can add it.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She sent me a
Right.
screenshot before. She doesn't get that.
Mine says it. So and so mentioned you in their story, but I don't have the little option to add this to your story. I just don't have that option. It's just not there.
I wonder if that's an Android thing or if that's just a weird Instagram thing.
No, because Greg has an Android and he can do it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I would delete and try to re-download.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, so the other question was, how do I do a full shot? Here is, I'm gonna show you guys like firsthand how I do this. So I click on add my story, go to hands free, turn it around, I put a filter on because I'm almost 40.
I hate you.
We all need filters.
All right. So then I set it up and I hold down the hands free. I get into position, and then this is so good, guys, because you can do all kinds of different poses. I'm on hands free doing all kinds of different things. And then I'm done. And it's saved. Oops, of course I did. Oh, because I'm recording, that's why. That's
That's all you need right there.
Done.
New profile picture.
That on for 5 seconds.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's great. Rachel, you're stealing a picture of that, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, so then it'll save typically it will save, and then I just go into my photos. You guys are gonna be blown away at how many photos I have. Well, here's an idea. So Paul and I were posing for this is exactly what Paul and I did earlier for our workout. So we did hands free, and we kind of posed for a minute.
And then we made out.
Actually, just wait for it.
I know, I saw it when you're showing her. That's what I said. Actually, what had happened was.
All right, so then I take it and I pause it wherever I want it.
Oh, it's not playing. It's like still.
Oh. Well, I pause it wherever it is that I want it, and then I take a screenshot of that paused.
Ah, okay.
And that's how I save. That's how I do it.
Cool.
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually.
I don't know.
I saw Planoly in yours. Do you use that?
I have, but I don't use it regularly.
Rachel, do you?
I don't.
Okay.
So I know that it's
really,
like super helpful.
Really nice.
Go ahead. Heather, how did I just notice you have a hashtag in your background? I think that's great how people do that. I just have such a hard time like planning posts ahead of time. Because like I post like how I'm feeling that exact day or like the kind of mom day I'm having, you know what I mean? So I think like I come up with, okay, well, my challenge group's coming up, so I know I'm going to be posting about fitness or nutrition and things like that. But as far as like planning my exact post, I do take pictures ahead of time sometimes, and I have a specific album in my phone that I'm like, okay, for future posts, and that's what I have it. So pictures of my kids, me, working out, whatever. I keep it in a specific album so I can use it if I need a picture, but I don't use anything planning it for that.
So I was trying to show you guys Planoly what that looks like for me, because I do have it set all up, but I can't screen share for some reason again. But I can show you if you can see here. I don't know if you guys can see it. So Planoly is actually like, it's a picture of your Instagram basically, but then you can add like, so these are like my unscheduled, sorry, I don't know if you guys are able to even see that. It'll show you a picture of what your Instagram looks like, and then you can set up, like you can, like right now I have some pictures loaded on here, and you can place them in certain areas, and then you can schedule them to post at different times. So I don't know, it's something you can look into. I don't use it regularly.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah. Did I answer the questions that I don't even see where stories are, how to do that. Oh, you set up your account. Good, nice.
Yay.
Okay, so to see your story, if you click on your own self up here, home button. If you're right on your home screen, like click on the home button. Do you see the little home picture? So if you click on that, and then at the top should be a picture of you. The very first person there at the very top in the circle should be you. Hold that down. Got it? And then you should see add to your story. And then you can take a picture. So let's do it right now. So turn your view around so you're showing us.
Oh geez, I don't want to take a picture of myself right now. I haven't even showered today.
It's okay. That's your followers.
And there's filters, all the filters. So then point to the, and then just take the picture.
Okay, I see myself. Okay. And then you just type in whatever, like you tap in, is that where you type in like your hashtags or whatever, or?
Yeah, so right in there. Yep, I would go right in there, and I just, you can change your fonts and everything, and then at the top you'll see all the other options. So you can do, your location, and you can do, GIFs or whatever in there.
Okay.
Just kind of make it fun. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hashtag lost.
For those of you guys who are like brand new to Instagram, just start watching YouTube videos. It's going to take time for you to get into it. This presentation that we did was more like how to build your following on Instagram, how to really use like some of the detailed things. But if you're brand new to Instagram, start watching Instagram or start watching YouTube videos. That's all I did on how to learn.
Sorry.
Nope.
Did you mostly go with like Beachbody coaches for Instagram? Is that?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I did. Yeah. Except for when it came to the algorithms, like there's this guy who talks about like algorithms and stuff. You'll see him. He has like a British accent, and that's probably why I watched him. But he's like very educated on everything, and he does 10-minute videos like every 2 weeks about the new algorithms that are coming out. And you can just go on YouTube and you can find him. And I'll try to find his name and I'll post it in April's page. But so
okay,
just make YouTube your new best friend.
Yeah, and that's the best thing, and that's what Heather and Rachel did, and you know, they just they knew they wanted it and they ran with it. So don't ever let anything or any like thing hold you back from saying that you can't do it, because if you want it, you'll find a way. And so there, you could live in YouTube and literally never come out. So I don't want you to live in YouTube. I want you to take action. I'd rather you be inviting and things like that. Don't feel like you have to have everything perfect. Just do a little bit each day to move forward, and don't stress over it. So
I did one Instagram like training every day in the beginning, and then even got a little bit too much for me to do one every day, because I still wanted to be caught up with the National Wake Up Call, and I still wanted to be obviously caught up on all the team calls. So honestly, I've even scaled back myself, and I won't even do a training or anything on YouTube except more than once a week, because there's already like so much stuff. I get to the point where then I'm just watching other people, and I'm not, like April said, I'm not actually putting it into action. I literally, guys, I have so many notebooks of just like stuff that I've written down, like, oh, that would be such a great idea. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, fill up half the notebook, and I never actually did it. So it's just so important to like just take one little thing and then put that into action. But if you're like brand new and you're just now starting out, the number one thing to do is just be talking to people. You don't have to have like this perfect, beautiful Instagram. You don't have to have all these, you know, wonderful filters on your stories. Just start talking to people, and start just putting yourself out there in both Instagram, in your story, and in real life, and just your messages. So
love it.
Advice for new coaches for sure.
Good. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.